Closing arguments are expected to begin this morning in the manslaughter trial of former Minnesota police officer Kim Potter. She's charged in the shooting death of Daunte Wright. Potter says she mistakenly fired her gun instead of her taser, killing the 20-year-old black man during a traffic stop in April. On Friday, she took the witness stand in her own defense, saying she was sorry it happened and she didn't want to hurt anybody in emotional testimony. Joining me now is the attorney for the family of Daunte Wright, Jeff Storms. Jeff, thanks very much for being with us.
Good morning, Terry. Thanks for having me.
It's always dramatic when a defendant takes a witness stand, and in this case, a former police officer in a case like this. How did the family react to Kim Potter's testimony? What did they make of it?
Well, I think that the testimony put on by Kim Potter, it was hard for the family to believe that there was any amount of sincerity to it. I don't believe you heard her use Daunte's name even once during the testimony, to the best we recall. So it's sort of what we expected. You know, I think everyone expected that Kim Potter would take the stand, would cry, and would hope that that could be enough to, convince the jury to overlook her conduct.
And now we go to closing arguments here. And what do you hope to hear from prosecutors in today's closing arguments? How are they going to sum this up to convince the jury that the right thing to do here is to hold this former police officer criminally accountable for what she did?
So the prosecution team has done an excellent job so far. One of the most important decisions that they made from the outset was to make sure they showed the jury that even the use of a taser under these circumstances was unreasonable. And so they're not asking the jury to decide whether or not Kim Potter intended to kill Daunte Wright, which is a very effective strategy. Their police expert was very strong and explained how no reasonable officer would use a taser, and certainly not a sidearm, under these circumstances. So what we would expect to see is, for the prosecution to organize 7 critical chains of thought. Kim Potter is someone who was extremely well trained. There were a number of differences between her sidearm and her taser. The circumstances didn't warrant a heightened level of force that even arose to a taser. And Kim Potter had a significant amount of time to engage in decision-making before squeezing the trigger of her sidearm. So you're going to see the prosecution work those themes, into the jury instructions, and it's going to be very critical that the prosecution be able to synthesize the jury instructions and these concepts of recklessness and culpable negligence into something the jury can understand.
The jury will lean into those instructions. They always do. They're looking for guidance. So for the family, for your clients here, what does justice look like for them?
We talk about it a lot, and I'm sure a lot of the audience has heard us in representing the Floyd family as well, saying a similar thing, whether it be myself or Ben Crump or Tony Romanucci. There's no whole justice, right? No one can ever bring Daunte back, and that would be whole justice. So here, the family wanted to see the highest level of criminal charges stick. They wanted to see the highest level of charges brought, and they have great trust in the decisions that were made by the prosecution in terms of the charges to pursue. And now they want that to happen. And, hopefully after the strongest conviction possible, being the first-degree manslaughter charges, the judge will provide the strongest sentence possible. And that would be a good initial step towards some justice for this family.
Such a hard case. Jeff Storms, attorney for the family of Daunte Wright. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Terry. Appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.